Ahoy, Let's Watchers, it's me, your valiant Captain Vasco. Boy, it sure gets evil around these parts quickly, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed this over time, but as you progress through the game, the skies around the ruins get kind of, like, foreboding and ominous. Pretty sure it's meant to represent the darkness taking hold while the core of light is out of commission, but honestly, I think, like, personally, I feel like it would have made more sense for your, like, gradual rebuilding of the core of light to make things brighter, for things to, like, start off really bleak. Because, like, there's this weird mixed message thing going on where, like, you build up the core of light, and, like, the more parts you get, like, the more dire things seem. It's like you couldn't possibly be doing better than you are, but everything's still going to crap. I don't understand that mentality. Anyway, we're here at the ruins. At the end of the last horrifying episode, I promised that I'd upgrade some Skylanders. And, just to make this even more exciting, I've decided to upgrade the Skylanders whose, like, upgrade paths I hadn't decided on previously. Yes, I finally figured out what I wanted to do with Spyro, Sunburn, and Cinder, and I only had to delay my recording by like 40 minutes by doing research for this. Yeah, normally I wouldn't care quite so much, but I'm trying to keep, like, continuity with my Skylanders, so, like, I try not to, like, do any, like, level grinding or even, like, picking up too much treasure off camera. I'm basically trying to lead everyone through the game as if they were starting from scratch, so, like, it seems disingenuous for me to, like, suddenly level up my Skylanders and be overpowered for all the enemies in every level. But yeah, basically, since it's so difficult to change upgrade paths, I wanted to be sure I was making a decision I was happy with, so I did that, and it took a while. But here we are. So, first up, we got Alduin, and her two paths are Nether Welder, which focuses on her, like, lightning breath attack. It also has this weird glitched move, from what I understand. I think it's called, like, Unstable Forces or something. It's supposed to, like, be able to let her use her lightning breath to explode her ghosts. And, like, the explosion radius, not so good. Well, actually, no, I guess the glitched one's in the Shadow Dancer path. Shadow Dancer is her, like, dash attack that leaves the path of ghosts behind. And one of them is supposed to, like, make it so ghosts, like, latch onto enemies and slow them down. Apparently that doesn't work on the PS3 or the Xbox 360, but it does on the Wii and PC? I'm not sure how you'd screw that coding up. That seems really strange to me. But, yeah, even with that glitch aside, from what I understand, the way I play Cinder, Nether Welder's gonna be more useful to me. I usually use the dash attack as an escape method and not as an attack, which is good, because apparently without this upgrade path, the dash attack literally doesn't do any damage. So, there's probably been a couple occasions where I'm like, how come I'm not killing anything with my dash attack? And that's the answer to that question. Anyway, we're gonna go with the Nether Welder, and of course we have to, like, watch her decide the upgrade path in a cutscene. I don't understand this. It bothers me, it's time consuming, and you end up having to do it for all of your Skylanders. But anyway, yeah, so Unstable Force is the one that makes ghosts explode. It's kind of boring. Breath Control lets you do more damage with your lightning breath. That's one of the best parts of this upgrade path. So let's start there. Alright, one down. Let's switch out to Spyro. I'm gonna try and make this as quick as possible, because even though this level coming up is relatively short, it doesn't do any of us any good for me to waste your time. So, with Spyro, two paths here are Sheep Burner Spyro, which is his fire breath, focusing on that, and Blitz Spyro, which focuses on damage. Now, I've played a little bit of each of these paths, and honestly, to me they seem pretty close, but from what I've been reading up on, if you max out the Sheep Burner Spyro path, which I never really did, I don't think I actually maxed out either of these paths, honestly, but basically Blitz Spyro lets your dash attack, like, stun enemies, and lets the dash attack do more damage itself, but the Sheep Burner Spyro path gives you a lot of utility. It not only increases the power of your fireballs, but, like, increases, like, the radius of damage you're able to do. So, like, if you get swarmed by enemies, it gives you a much better chance of getting out unscathed, which seems like a nice leg up over the Blitz, which, while fun, is also somewhat difficult to use, especially since you can't dash while you're flying. So, like, you can probably get lamed in certain situations where you're accidentally flying or something. It happens, you press the wrong button, and then you get stomped on by bad guys. That's no fun. So let's take on the Sheep Burner level, and let's see what we can upgrade on that for now. A lot of my Skylanders have enough gold for upgrades right now, which is very exciting, for me anyway. I really like leveling up guys and getting new skills. It's one of the most exciting parts of playing RPGs, really. So let's see. Fire Shield. I think this is the one that sort of, like, protects you from group attacks. I might start there. Yeah, let's do that. The Fire Breath by itself is doing enough damage for now, so if it's just doing the same amount of damage in a greater radius, that's probably good for me. Can I skip this one? Nope, I sure can't for some reason. I don't know why I can skip some and not others. There's probably some really obvious reason that I'm missing. It may be like if you've gotten that upgrade for that character before on a save file you can skip it, but that wouldn't make sense because I haven't gotten any of these upgrades for any of my Skylanders on this file. So I don't know. Probably something other than that. Third, we'll take on Phoenix Wright. Take a look at his real quick. As I've discussed, Flame Lord is your teleportation skills and Blaze Dragon is your Fire Breath. Both pretty straightforward. I've had it recommended to me in the comments, and I think I've mentioned this before, that Blaze Dragon's probably the best for my skills, and I was actually kind of skeptical of that at first. But when thinking more about it, like, as much as I like the teleportation, I feel like it honestly does enough damage as it is, and probably doesn't need more upgrading. And in addition to that, the, like, firing off the teleportation attack can actually be kind of slow and tricky, and sometimes I get hit while trying to do it. I think I've even been knocked out with him once or twice that way. So if I put all my eggs in that basket, I might be asking for some really unfortunate accidents to occur. So I think it's probably better to sort of, like, level out my damage abilities with Phoenix Wright, and we'll take on Blaze Dragon. This is a path I'm pretty sure I've leveled him up fully on this path before, and I do definitely think it increases his combat potential, so I think it's pretty good. So let's see, the two that we get access to right away, Infinite Flame, we can use the Flamethrower forever, and then Intense Heat is if you continuously use the Flamethrower, it does more damage. I think I'm going to start with more damage, because you move much more slowly using the Flamethrower, and, like, it only ever deals damage, like, intermittently, so it's kind of difficult to use, but if it's doing more damage when it's doing damage, that seems good to me. Alright, and one more upgrade before we leave the ruins today. Which means this will probably be a long episode, but I'll have no one but myself to blame for it, because this isn't the longest level in the world, unlike some that we've encountered that I loathe with my entire being. So here we got two options once again for Sheik, our stealth elf. I've got Forest Ninja, which on paper sounds really cool to me. In fact, it's the thing that first got me interested in playing her as a character. Forest Ninja lets you do, like, more interesting things with your, like, shadow duplicate thing. You know how, like, you sort of become, like, flashing and invisible, and then you, like, make a scarecrow? Eventually you can, like, level up the scarecrow so that it has, like, spinning blades on it, and you can have multiples of them out at one time. The only problem is it seems really difficult to get those to actually attack enemies, because they're stationary and enemies are moving. The thing about stealth elves in general, stealth elves? Why am I having such trouble saying stealth elf? I guess it's kind of a tongue twister. But basically, she only has that one attack move, which I think I've mentioned in the past is sort of a tricky thing about her, is that she has, like, her blades, her basic attack, and, like, the rest of her stuff is sort of, like, maneuvering type things? Stuff to, like, help her avoid taking damage, largely. But if you take the Poop Blade Saint, which I don't know where that name comes from, it's probably some pun I don't understand, which is the worst kind of pun. Normally I like puns, but if I don't appreciate them, then how can I love them? But basically, Poop Blade Saint makes your one attack do more damage, and then my understanding is, like, eventually you get sort of like a second method of dealing damage, even though it's still all based on your basic blade attack. I guess we'll figure that one out together, because I have yet to try that myself. I think it's the last upgrade, so we won't be able to do that one right away. But I'm definitely going with the Poop Blade Saint. Flip-floppity-floo! Now we have to actually upgrade. So many steps in my Halloween process. Oh, interesting. So Elf Jutsu lets you have multiple combo attacks? I don't think I was actually aware that that's how that worked. So, like, Sunblade lets your basic attack do more damage. Regeneration is not relevant to the discussion at hand. I'm gonna try Elf Jutsu. That sounds fun. So if you do... Oh, I guess it lets you have 3, because you, like, Triple A is, like, the basic combo attack. Then AAX will do Poison Spores, and AAB will do Blade Flurry. Jeez, this upgrade path's way better. It gives you so many attack options. The other one doesn't... It's not even close. Yeah, so Elf Jutsu. Alright, now since I've wasted all that time, let's get right back into the thick of things. By talking... Not you. I don't even remember your name anymore. I'm so... It's been so long since I played this game, actually.
Ready to go to the mines now?
I'm so ready for this. Yes.
Okay, let's go!
That's
but
talking.
First, will someone explain to me
talking.
why it is we're taking a train?
No explanations or snarky remarks.
What the? Where did you come from? A Skylander! Oh, you must have been sent by the same portal master that rescued our townsfolk. I'm afraid we need your help once more. We were digging... Well, I mean the Molekin were digging. I was supervising. We found something, an ancient relic called the Crucible of the Ages. Don't know what happened, but something triggered a cave-in.
Well, clearly you dug too deep.
They're all trapped. The Molin miners. You've got to rescue them.
Alright, welcome to the Molin Mine. You like how I faked you out by switching Skylanders between loading screens? Yeah, I'm weird like that. Alright, so, on today's agenda, me trying to get an achievement I should have been able to get a million years ago. I understand the concept, I'm wasting time by talking. It's the whole point of Let's Plays, kind of, sort of. Shut up about it. Yeah, so, like, you know, this is a mining level, or it's a mine as a level, so obviously using the pickaxe to plow through some rocks is going to be a big part of playing through the level. Oh, good! It's those little monsters I hate, the flame imps. Droplets of possessed magma. I'll burden them with fire! That's a greater increase in damage than I remember that first upgrade doing. And then it's like a rock walk... Wow, Rock Walker's a pretty straightforward name for it. It's a walking rock. It's got serious heartburn. Oh, it sure does. Look at him breathing like magma balls or something. Ah. Aha. Glitched for no damage. Ow, that time I got damaged. That one wasn't a glitch. How are you not dead? I've breathed so much fire upon you. Alright, so our primary goal here, first and foremost, we're trying to save all the miners. But along the way, we're also trying to pick up that thing that they were talking about in the last episode, in that cutscene at the end of that really long episode. Assuming you stuck around for it, you saw them talking about, well, they mentioned at the start of this one, too, Crucible of Ages, I think? I always want to call it Crucible of Worlds, because that's a magic card, and it's a magic card I know really well. It's a really famous one, actually. But that's not interesting, because I imagine most of you don't play Magic. Oh my god, you guys are such jerks. Actually, these guys shouldn't be, like, out yet. I mean, I guess I sort of, like, crossed the threshold into the next area. But usually they don't come around until I start, like, walking on that bridge. Aw, come on, you guys are jerks. Just die. Those, like, magma balls are not... They're no joke. They do a lot of damage, which is why I'm trying to be really cautious about this, because I've actually already taken a bunch of damage. Alright, I'm gonna tag out to someone who's got a better, like, quick ranged attack. That's gonna be Spyro. Yeah, there's actually a lot of annoying enemies in this level, but, well, it's sort of like a high volume of annoying enemies. There aren't actually a lot of enemies in this level in general. Oh, hey there. Look at this. Look how much damage Spyro's already taken. He just showed up in this level. These guys are such jerks. I don't like them. But yeah. Let's tag back out to Phoenix Wright. He was definitely lagging behind the others in terms of getting experience, which is my own fault for not properly prioritizing these things in the past. There we go. Ah, and some much-needed food. And, of course, another, like, person in dire need of our assistance who's shown up here. Here's some barrels in my way. That's what you get. You get fire. Wait a minute. Did I miss treasure? Oh, I so did. I missed 2 treasure points? How dare I?
Skylander to unlock this gate.
Right. I'm gonna need the help of Bomberman. Of course, as I remember this, I don't think there's actually any enemies in here. Oh, there's that waiting for the bridge jig again. Hope you guys enjoyed the instant replay of that last time. Had a lot of fun putting that together.
The tech element are stronger in this zone.
Smash all these rocks to pieces. Actually gonna try and smash all of the rocks to pieces, and we'll find out why later, assuming that I actually get it to work. But yeah, since this is actually just like a puzzle thing, I'm gonna tag out to a much quicker Skylander in the hopes of getting this done more quickly. That beret suit's Alduin very nicely, I think. So let's see. It's not what I meant to do. So I need to do stuff and things to solve puzzles, which is basically a description of how to beat all puzzle games of all times. Good. Glad we got that all sorted out. Okay, definitely not what I wanted to do. I find the hitboxes on these blocks really annoying. Because, like, half the time, I, like, really desperately want to move something, and for some reason it just, like, won't trigger. And sometimes I'm trying, like, desperately to walk around something, and then it just, like, pushes it into some place I don't want it to be. Really bothersome. Really, really bothersome. Okay. So, like, not the one I want to push. Seriously, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I'm walking up to this other block, and it's like, oh, you want to push a block you're not next to? Great, I'll make that happen for you. I've done this in the worst way possible somehow, I think? Yeah, pretty sure I've done that. Okay, hang on. Let's try this. This is another one of those instances where I waited a really long time between, like, practicing a level and recording a level. Life's been really hectic lately for me. I don't want to bore you with the details, but one thing I'll say, because it might be of interest to you guys, is that I've been shooting some comedy sketches with SMBC Theater. They're like a comedy troupe based on a webcomic that I've been reading since I was in high school. And a little while ago I got a chance to start working with them, and I've been like working with them on various videos for like 2 years now. So that's like really cool. At the same time, there's a lot of times when they'll just like schedule a lot of shoots all at once, and suddenly there's a lot of crazy busy work to be doing. This past week has been one of those times. It's actually been one of the most hectic shoots since I've been working with them. And it hasn't left me a lot of time to be recording or editing these videos. I'll do what I can to not miss any updates, but it's gonna be tricky. For sure. This one's actually probably going up late, so I apologize for that in advance. So by the time you're watching this, you'll already know that I'm sorry, even though I haven't yet committed the thing that I'm sorry about. Oh, very tricky. But yeah, like, that's something that's been eating a lot of my time. Just a lot of things going on, really. Like, a lot of, like, last-minute scheduling things that are making life complicated. I really want that to move further. Basically, what I'm doing here, since I'm doing a really poor job of it, I'll explain it so you can do it better for yourself. I need to blow up these 2 purple crystals on either side of this block so I can get back there where that hat box is. I don't remember this puzzle being this hard. I didn't take any particular notes on how to do it, so clearly I didn't think it was that challenging. But I'm usually wrong about these things, so I'm obviously living to regret it. Yeah, there we go. That cannon is in the way of me pushing that block. Fantastic. Yeah, so I don't know how many of you guys actually play Skylanders. I know a lot of you... It doesn't sound like a lot of you do. I think that's cool. I appreciate you watching, whether or not you do. But, like, I think it's cool that, like, people sometimes get a chance to experience new games by watching my channel, and will actually give me the chance to show off a new game, even if you've never heard of it or don't necessarily play it yourself. Like, I, for one, often enjoy, like, learning about new games by watching Let's Plays, but I know a lot of people specifically like watching them for games they already know super well. I finally figured out a way to do this? I'm guessing no. Seriously, how do I move this anywhere but this row? That's really sticking point. Oh, no, wait. Wait, do I have this? Hang on. I might have this. Okay, so I think I need to move this to here. And I move this to here. Then I move this to here. And I move this over. And then all I gotta do is get back around here, assuming that the level is very poorly programmed, which it is. And despite the fact that the game is trying desperately to push everything out of my carefully chosen path, I have defied its will and cleared this up so I can finally pick up this accursed hat. Who needs a hat? Phoenix Wright, you haven't had a new hat in ages. This rugged hat looks ridiculous. So let's see if this hat improves your fashion sensibilities. Miner hat, put it on now. Eh, somehow that works. Alright, let's get the crap out of here. I'm really bored of this room. I'm really looking forward to upgrading this Phoenix dash attack at some point. It looks really cool. I've seen someone do, like, a video on it. Okay, so check this weirdness out. There's legendary treasure over there. I want it. My dash attack is in vain. Hey, wait a minute. Can I actually teleport over to... Oh, no. Very sneaky, sis. Not letting me cheat like that. Oh, wait. I totally can cheat. Look at me being all clever and awesome. So apparently you can cheat this and actually get around solving this puzzle by using Sunburn's teleportation. That's pretty cool. I'm still going to show you how to do it normal-like, but it'll save me some trouble not backtracking to just show it to you as opposed to coming all the way back here to picking it up later once I've done it legitimately. So, I forget, there's not a path here, right? No, it's the next one. Cool. Alright, so, keep going. Like I said, this isn't actually the longest level in the world. I've got to do this. So I think it's over here that you find the button. It might be the next thing down. This is what happens when I wait so long before actually recording these. It's like, I think this is how this works. Whatever, it's fine. Eventually I'll show you everything. It's just a matter of whether I make this video annoyingly long for myself and for you. So here's a piece of cake. Everything explode due to my fire. Okay, so cake. So button. I guess it's not going to work anymore. So here's how this works. This button here, when you step on it, it normally gives you, I want to say something like 90 seconds to get back to where that fan was. It stops the fan, and then, like, you have a chance to, like, backtrack and go over there and pick up that legendary treasure I just got. It's plenty of time to get there, even if you don't kill the enemies first, which I would recommend killing the enemies first just because it makes your life a little bit easier. But even if you were just trying to get over here the hard way, it gives you plenty of time to backtrack to that fan, pick up the legendary treasure before the fan turns back on after a minute or 90 seconds or whatever that is. Alright, so don't forget to come down this ramp because you're really going to want to do that. There's a miner. Again, our primary goal here is to pick up all the miners who have been, like, air quotes, trapped in this mine, even though none of them are actually trapped at all, to my recollection. They're all just sort of hanging out. If anything, they're lost. Like, this wasn't a cave-in. It's just sort of like, there's bad guys here. Right, so there's a miner up here. All I gotta do is solve that simple puzzle. Piece of cake! Get it? Oh, dang it, I missed the cake. I'm gonna regret it later, but I'm not gonna go to the trouble of picking that up now. Anyway, I've cleared this bridge, which is one of the most annoying enemy sections in this level. The other one being a number of lava kings. Lava kings are a horribly designed enemy, in my opinion. Here's the thing about lava kings. Lava kings themselves are not that bad. However, their ability to infinitely spawn those, like, magma droplet guys, whose name I've already forgotten since being introduced to them a few minutes ago, like, those things are such a nuisance. Like, they deal you, like, a pretty substantial amount of damage and also deal you this annoying knockback. So if a bunch of them hit you in rapid succession, like, you have no chance of counterattacking. You just take, like, 60 damage or something. Right, you gotta watch out for these crazy robots. Yeah, they go on a rampage if you, sort of stay in their line of sight for too long. Yeah, they can deal you a fair amount of damage. Again, this is a situation where I should probably switch to a Skylander, more suited for ranged attacking, because staying close to these giant robots, who I don't think they ever introduced them to you, give you a name, unless I just wasn't paying attention before, which, let's be honest, is the most likely of all possibilities. But yeah, if you have a Skylander like Alduin here, you're in pretty good shape. I'm gonna go back and get that, that cake that I missed before. Because Phoenix Wright still needs a little bit of help in the experience department. And being at less than half health isn't really good for, well, his health, we'll say. I actually like the miner hat on him a lot, more than I was expecting. Right, so, back to the dash attack. There's another one of those robots somewhere in this level, but don't worry, we'll be finding it soon enough. One thing of note, actually, let's pick this up. Do you actually have anything interesting to say right now? I forget.
Thought I would be trapped in here forever.
How did you even get here? We came here together. Oh, hey, how did you get out here? Butt pants. Well, you gotta have a butt for pants, man. Nobody likes you. You and your slam book. All the kids in high school think you're catty. How did you attack me after you were dead? Why are there enemies in this game that do that? Whoever decided that was okay was wrong, 'cause it's not okay, first of all. Secondly, they're a big jerk who has a butt for pants. So yeah, collect some treasure, collect some more health. Luckily, there's a fair amount of health hidden throughout this level, more than I actually remembered, but there's definitely a fair amount of health out here. Gotta bust all these rocks. Somehow I always miss some of the rocks in this level. There have been numerous times when I played through this level, I'm like, I got all the rocks, and I didn't. So here's another one of these guys. Oh yeah, a story scroll. I guess that's important for me getting all the collectibles.
Who created the core of light? None other than the benevolent ancients who vanished 1,000 years ago. Their great machine filled the skies with light and kept the darkness at bay. At least until that fool Chaos destroyed it. Now the darkness spreads.
Yeah, once again, I feel like if that's the way the Core of Light was designed, the more functional it should get, the more functional it gets, the more, like, the brighter it should be, the less, like, ominous and doomsday-ish it should be outside. But instead, like, as the game progresses, like, everything gets, like, red and cursed and evil. Which is actually kind of annoying, because, like, once you've beaten the game, like, it stays that way. So it just, like, is perpetually, like, in a state of ruination. When I feel like once you've beaten the game, everything should be like sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. You know what I mean? Oh, hey, here's that other guy. Yeah, he does a bunch of damage. Didn't actually remember him being able to, like, blast through those rocks like that. I feel like in my practice playthrough, that didn't work. Again, I feel like Spyro takes, like, inordinately long. Stay out of the way! His, like, show-up animation, I feel like he's just sort of showing off when he shows up. Oh, did he just do 200 damage in one hit? That's against the rules or something, isn't it? Black. Okay, so Spyro could probably use a breather. He's been taking a bunch of hits on behalf of Phoenix Wright. Sorry about that, pal. Hopefully nobody gets KO'd today. I do hate when that happens. But at some point, I think I was going to mention, an interesting thing is that if you use oh god, it's fire guys, I hate them, I hate their knockback, and I hate their shoes. I know they're not wearing shoes, but if they were, they'd be tacky and out of season. Here's another one of these guys. Yeah, one thing you want to remember, I'll touch on that later. So, interesting fact is if you use an Earth Skylander, you can just use your basic attacks to punch through these, like, these, purplish rocks. Well, I guess that's not a good description, because the alternative are these purplish crystals. Well, I guess we'll say rocks versus crystals for the distinction, right? So those ones I've been hitting with the pickaxe, you can break with any basic Earth Skylander attack. These purple ones, there are a handful of Skylanders who can allegedly attack through them, and I've actually tried one of them myself, since it's one that I happen to have on my my B team, the team I used to play through on practice runs. That one happens to be Whirlwind. He shoots rainbows. Those rainbows can break through the purple crystals for some reason. And Earth Skylanders can just, like, punch through these blocks. At some point, I suppose I can use a Garchomp to punch through one. Just to demonstrate. There's some food. I should probably give that to Spyro, eh? Treasure. I should definitely give this to someone else. Let's tag in Spyro so he can pick up the treasure and that food. I think his flying will also be relevant in just a second here. If I remember correctly, which I rarely do. Alright, here's a whole stack load of treasure. Cool. Unnecessary bounce pad and food. Seriously, why is this bounce pad here? Like, it's meant to be accessible to all Skylanders. Why not just have a little, like, path here that branches? What is the point of the bounce pad? I don't get it. I don't know, man. Oh, hey, look, it's a soul gem. And I know that face. It's the face of a woman dragon wearing a beret hat. New soul gem power available. Haunted ally for Cinder. That's right. I'm not gonna shut this off. You've seen Cinder. Alright, this is a dead end here, but over on this side of the level is more food for Spyro, who could use this food, and then like a really easy to miss treasure chest. Like, there's nothing really to lead you over here, because like if you go back and look, Spyro gets a whole bunch of treasure. I'm sure he'll buy an upgrade again soon. But like, my point is, like, you sort of come out here, you see the soul gem, oh, you loop back around, you like might barely notice that like breakable rock in the corner. Like, there's nothing to really lead you over there. That's a really easy one to miss, so be careful to get that. Oh good, it's the habanero imp. Although, I've noticed that this particular habanero imp is able to take a hit much better than the ones in the past. So I was kind of wondering if he was like an upgraded version of the other one. Because see, I definitely hit him with the fireball. He was even on fire. But he's still not dead, whereas in the past, any one hit will kill them. So I feel like this is somehow like an alternative imp character, but they don't introduce it like one, and it looks fairly similar to the other one. So I'm really not sure if that's actually the case or not. Right, so I think we have everything that we need now, and as a result we can pick up this last Mole Man and trigger a cutscene.
You did it! You saved the miners! I'd gladly walk over and shake your hand.
Your reward is this golden sombrero of fire.
My leg while down here and can't walk. Ooh, I can't make it on my own because of all the excruciating pain I'm in. Push me out in a minecart, would you? Wait! In my complete agony, I almost forgot. I managed to find the Crucible of the Ages. I'll hold on to it while you push, even though it hurts.
You clearly didn't find that golden sombrero, you jerk pants. You yourself said that the other miners found it earlier on.
Only bombs will break up the...
I understand that the Zo crystals can only be broken by these things. I can explain things myself, thank you. I'm a Let's Player. I quasi-professionally explain video game things. Sarcastic, thank you. Alright, so let's go into flying mode so we can go and break an important Zo crystal. Smash! The camera changed really abruptly there. Alright, cool. So here's some stuff we're going to want to collect up here. And we're not going to want to be Spyro for this. Who do we want to be? I know. I'm going to grab this real quick. I need to get some gold for Jabu Jabu. For something that I want to do in the next level. It will make sense in time, I promise. I hate when they put chests near ledges like this so that, like, treasure just goes flying off. Because then I have to go down and get it. And it, like, delays my gameplay process by, like, 30 seconds. How dare they do such a thing? I want my gameplay to be seamless and quick. Seriously, though, it does bother me. It's kind of a nuisance. So here's... There was a chest, and there's another soul gem, I think, at the end of this puzzle. It's like a cannons plus block sliding puzzle, sort of like the thing in that tech gate earlier in the level. Only this one's slightly less obnoxious and just, like, more generally time-consuming. The other one, if you know what you're doing, which, again, I just, like, wasn't paying very close attention to what I was doing. But if you do know what you're doing on the other one, you can accomplish it fairly quickly. This one is going to take you time if you know exactly what you're doing. And, of course, ironically, I have a much better sense of what I'm doing on this one than the other one. So that saves us exactly no time at all. Right, how does this work? I feel as though I've ruined something. Yes, I feel strongly as though I've ruined something. Is there a way to unruin? Perhaps. We'll have to find out. Do-do-do. Let's blow up every crystal possible. That's the name of the game. Alright, gotta clear that out of the way. I think doing this does something for my being able to solve this puzzle. Either that or it ruins things further, but I'm not sure it's actually possible for me to ruin things more than I already have. Oh wait, no, I don't think I've actually ruined anything. I just gotta push these two things out of the way. And then, I think I'm almost done with this puzzle. Yeah, I was doing a much better job of solving that than I thought I was, somehow. I also hate how long... in general, things that, like, require a button prompt, you know, like going into the store to purchase something, or, like, firing a cannon twice in a row. So I don't know if it's specifically something about the way, like, Y button prompts are programmed, but doing two of them in a row often, like, lags pretty bad. Like, it just, like, won't let you do a second one until you're bored. Again, really easy to push things when I don't want to, really hard when I desperately, desperately want to push things. And of course I can't push that block under the cannon out of the way to make this any easier, but luckily I'm a character with a jetpack so I can move pretty quickly. Lordy lordy. They sure do make some of these puzzles pretty annoying. Yeah, I forget if I actually mentioned it on this game, but I sort of came to a conclusion recently. And here's that soul gem I mentioned earlier. This is for Fireslinger, I believe is his name? Flameslinger. Flameslinger. Very similar. Not correct. But I find generally that, while I like puzzle games and while I like beat-em-up games, which is basically what this is, it's just a slightly more complicated, intricate version of one, I don't find that the two mix together very well. Puzzle solving in action games is usually bad, and as a really good example of that, I'm going to cite God of War, because Lord, are the puzzles in that excruciating. I don't think I've ever been as frustrated with a game in my entire life as I was playing that game, which I really wanted to like. And there are definitely things about it I like, but the puzzles are bad, the puzzles are real bad, and certain things about the fighting are actually pretty bad as well. If you're wondering what I'm doing now, so am I. Actually, what I'm trying to do is to break every rock. And again, I find myself in a situation where I feel like I've broken every rock in the level, but the game somehow disagrees with me. So I'm going to do a quick sweep of the level, trying to fill the time by acting like I'm contributing something to your day. Is there something in here? I feel like it's quite possible I would have missed something in this room. I don't spend an awful lot of time in here most times I'm playing through this level. That doesn't seem to do anything. Is it a purple crystal that they count as a rock? Basically what I'm doing is going for an achievement. There's an achievement that you get for smashing all the rocks in this level, which I've never been able to get, despite the fact that I feel like I've accomplished it, like, 4 times. I don't know if there's just, like, one rock hidden someplace I can't see it or something, and, like, even though I check all the places where there are definitely rocks and where there, like, should be rocks, I am unable to get it because of some mystery hidden one. But, like, seriously, I feel like I've done this before. Having some serious deja vu. sensation that I'm doing something I have done before. Maybe it's in here. I guess it's possible I would have skipped one in here after, like, solving the puzzle and not realizing that I should go back and check it. That seems like something I might do. This isn't an actual one. I can't break these with the thing. Those don't count. Ah! This is probably it. I bet once I've smashed all these, I will be able to complete the level. There it is. I love smashing. Smashy, smashy, smashy. Smashing with a hammer. I should have pickaxe, but whatever. Alright, so, now that that's taken care of, and my daily quota of time wasting is fully allotted, this level's actually done. Like, there's really nothing else to do in this level. Could have been done a couple minutes ago, actually, but I wanted to get that achievement, because I've never gotten it before, and feel like I had earned it. So basically all you gotta do is push this lazy fat mole guy back to start. It's a little annoying, because again, it uses that weird, like, quasi-physics of mega bombs. Like, there's times that you're pushing, like, in a downhill direction, and it just stops, even though gravity should take hold, and, like, vice versa. There's actually a time when I pushed him from, like, here, when I was, like, intending to, like, clear the level of all the blocks, and he just flew straight to the end somehow without me pushing him again, and you're watching this now, look how much effort it takes to get him to the end. I don't know how it glitched him, like, all the way back to the start of the level with a single push.
You saved everyone! And I have some good news! All this seismic activity has opened up a new tunnel back there. And there are new train tracks that go deeper.
Hey, come on! Mine are in terrible pain here. Grab that crucible and let's get out of here.
Oh yeah, that's definitely great news. On the top of my to-do list is go into a freshly opened cavern caused by a cave-in. Nothing could possibly go wrong from that. You do know that miners often get trapped in tunnels underground, right? And for way less stupid reasons than doing something like that. That's just completely irresponsible. So of course we'll be doing that next time. We haven't hit the enemy goal in this level. That's interesting. I imagine what you're supposed to do is try and kill a bunch of those little flame droplets before killing the Flame Kings. But that just seems like bad business to me, because letting him generate more of those annoying things is literally just letting the game give you a headache. And believe it or not, I have something against that type of thinking. Let's head back to the ruins.
The Crucible of the Ages, made to withstand the terrible forces of 1,000 burning suns.
Glumshanks!
Yes, Lord Chaos?
I have a job for you. Those cursed Skylanders, oh, and that big faker of a portal master have interfered with my plans to become Emperor of Skylands for the last time! But you, Glumshanks, you can stop them.
Me?
See, things are very bad for us right now.
But I thought you said the darkness was growing, that it didn't matter what they did. You said...
Never mind what I said! Look, Glumshanks, all we have to do is keep them from getting just one of the eternal sources, and it'll all be over. Which brings me to you, old friend. All you have to do is make your way deep underground, sneak past the deadly lava guardians, and withstand the scorching heat of a burning volcano to sabotage the tracks of the mine train. Meanwhile, I'll go on ahead and simply go after the eternal fire source myself. See? There's more than one way to derail their plans.
Oh, please tell me you didn't just say that.
Oh, I did.
The core of light is nearly complete, but we aren't done yet. The caves underground go deep. These train tracks should lead you to the lava lakes, where you'll find the eternal fire source.
Ooh, that sounds dangerous.
It will be. Only creatures of the deep dwell there.
Well, at least it'll be warm. And hey, look, my leg is all better. I'll get the train started. Are you ready to go now?
I'm sure not, but thanks for asking.
Hey, tick-tock, into the world and all that. We might want to get a move on.
You know, I'm constantly risking my life for them, and they have no appreciation for it. Seriously. I'm a bunch of jerks. So yeah, thanks to our efforts in today's episode, we've added a golden sombrero to the Core of Light, and obviously, adding another component to the Core of Life means that the world is slightly closer to ending, for some reason beyond my understanding. Yeah, we've got only one more level to go before trying to take on the fire source, as you may have gathered from that cutscene with Chaos there. And I'll discuss some of my disappointments with that. It seems to be leading up to a really cool idea, and it doesn't really pay off in the next level. But again, I'll talk about that when we get there. For now, I think we're just about done here. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe, like, comment. It helps other people find this so they can enjoy it too, and of course it lets me know that you like it so I can produce more, and you can enjoy more. And the next one will probably be a little bit more upgrading, and of course we'll collect the Eternal Fire Source as promised. Anything else I want to say before we go? I don't think so. Yeah, at this point I'm pretty much locked in on all of the upgrade paths I want to take, so no need to comment any further on those if you're watching along. Although I appreciate the input I have received from some of you. Yeah, I guess that's everything for today. Thanks again for watching. See you next time for more Skylanders as we take on the Lava Lakes Railway. Choo-choo!